Hello friends, in this video Scooter and I are going to show you this pair of KLH 900B speakers. I found these in a thrift store recently and got the pair for $35. I often get discounts on these things, but I didn't in this case. As you can see, they've got these stains on the front, and you know, reasonable amount of wear and tear, scratches and so on. But I bought these because I thought Scooter would be very concerned about them. I bought these because they have a lot of good things going for them. The size here is approximately 17 inches tall, 1 foot deep and 1 foot wide. Right, Scooter? And if we can take off the front, you can see, which I was able to do, these are three-way speakers that are what's called the infinite baffle design, which means there's no porting hole. In my experience, those typically sound better than the bass reflex type speakers. One thing that's a little odd, and this is true on the other one, it's got this kind of ridge that's torn off here for some reason, but hopefully that doesn't affect the sound. You can see that the foam ring is good on this, which might be a showstopper otherwise. Excuse me, kitty. Okay. From a value point of view, we could sell the elements of this on eBay individually and get the money back. That isn't my plan. One thing that's a little odd about these are sort of in the bookshelf speaker category with the size that they are, although they're also kind of bigger than any bookshelf speakers I've ever seen. Like, for comparison, I happen to have this little JBL speaker nearby that I use that's very much in the bookshelf category. Typically, kind of main stereo speakers would be bigger than this, so it's an interesting category to look at. The question for me is going to be, do these sound good? And I have some reason to believe they probably will. Like I said, there's the infinite baffle design. KLH is one of the premium brands, and also these are extremely heavy and solid. They're made with this type of thick plastic that I've seen in some designs that are kind of indication of a sort of a economy high-end speaker or high-end economy speaker. So we'll turn those around and show you the back next. Here's the model tag, KLH 900B, serial number for whoever buys it on eBay. If I sell it, A3074, standard 8 ohms speaker. The frequency range here is listed as 50 to 20,000 hertz. The normal range of speakers ideally would be 20 to 20,000 hertz. So maybe these could benefit from a subwoofer added on. It says 5 to 140 watt amplifier. Actually, having the low end specified there kind of tells me that these are not terribly efficient, which goes with the infinite baffle design. We've got kind of the standard speaker terminals and a ring on the back. Later on in the video we'll pull the ring off and kind of look inside without destroying anything. You can see that the plastic on this is fairly small. It looks like maybe quarter inch or 3/16 maybe. This is some sort of composite molded plastic with a kind of a fiberboard back here. So you can see that they've done some things to economize here, but the weight is pretty significant, and that's always a good sign of speaker. And I've kind of developed a rule of thumb of the dollars per pound that you pay is is a metric on audio equipment. That sounds a little goofy, but these are relatively heavy speakers that I got for not all that much money. So next we'll weigh one and find out what it weighs.
Pounds.
So 18 pounds a piece, 36 pounds, that's about $1 a pound. Not bad for audio equipment. Next I'll hook them up, do a personal listening test, and kind of give you my impressions of how good they sound. Here's something called Jazz in Paris. I've got this running on my little JBL bookshelf speakers right now with passive subwoofer and down below. So I found that to be a reasonably good setup for a bookshelf system. I've got these KLH speakers connected. We're going to do a hot swap with this speaker switch and see what happens. As I expected, both speakers are working fine on a nominal listening. Cleaned up the grill on the left speaker with just a spray bottle full of water. I sprayed pretty forcefully with a mist spray on both sides and just let it air dry after that. The one on the right still needs to be done, so I'm going to do that, replace it, and then show you the result in 3, 2, 1. So here it is after the same spray treatment. Looks like that one came out real well. I noticed there's a little pinhole here, but no big deal. I didn't even notice that when it was still on the speaker. So cleanup has been a success. We've still got a number of small scratches on the top. I've covered a few of those on the other one with just a Sharpie. Just kind of something simple. These aren't valuable enough that they really deserve a lot of cosmetic attention, but since I might keep them myself, I might go ahead and do that just to make them look a little better. At this point we're ready for a listening test. Here's something called Jazz in Paris by Meteorite Productions. I have to use copyright free music. I'm going to give you my impressions here on these speakers in case the audio doesn't come through very well. Overall, they have a real convincing bass. For the size, it's quite impressive. But the big problem is they sound kind of harsh on the high end. It's really harsh to the point of annoying. That's something that could maybe be adjusted with an equalizer or whatever. But I can see why these speakers don't go for very much money used. They're in the maybe $120 range or so on for a set. These are probably could be classified as party speakers. In other words, set them out on your porch or whatever. They're easy to carry around, and you know, they can make quite a lot of sound. So in a high fidelity type environment with your best equipment, these probably aren't the thing. But in kind of a party situation where you want a lot of volume, portability, and convincing bass, these can be good. Or they could also be good in kind of a secondary system, such as in a garage or kid's room or whatever like that. So I can't recommend these very highly, but I think they're more or less worth the money if you don't expect too much for them. And I certainly got my $35 worth out of them. So that ends our video. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.